Lies by pair wise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love and pride, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, movies reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining and rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and man, what a game last night. Shout out to the Chiefs for taking care of business with the Eagles. Patrick Mahomes, of course, winning his second MVP, Super Bowl MVP, won his second regular season MVP, too. First guy since 1999 to win the regular season MVP and win a Super Bowl. It was 9 previous guys who had the opportunity to win the MVP. Tom Brady twice, by the way, won the regular season MVP and lost in the Super Bowl. So he broke that. He also, the Chiefs were the first team to lose the coin toss and come back and win. So he broke that streak. And so he just had a phenomenal game. And shout out to Jalen Hurts, more than represented the city of Philadelphia. Definitely exceeded my expectations of what I thought he would do. I mean, what a game he had, really, truly. And then, but of course, when it came down to it, we all knew game was close. Mahomes would take care of business, and he did. And I'm so tired of these guys talking about the holding. When you have guys who played in the league, who were defensive backs, even the guy who committed it said, yes, I held, but everybody's mad because Jalen Hurts didn't get a chance to roll down the field. And by the way, the Eagles do not have the 2-minute types offense. They are a methodical, run the ball, take their time, get up and down the field. They are not a methodical, a quick hit set team. So who knew whether they were going to go there? Now, do I agree? I would have loved to see it. Yes. Just like I would have loved to see with Tom Brady go down against Seattle. But it didn't happen. And I can see I'm joined by my guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, what's going on, my friend? How are we doing today?
I'm recovering.
Yeah, listen to all this crying going on.
Oh, dude, it's pathetic. And it was so funny is I was watching Get Up this morning, and you've got Ryan Clark, you've got Dominique First, guys who played defensive backs, and you got Dan Orlovsky arguing with them and Bart Scott. They're like, dude, why are you arguing?
Yeah.
What you're saying, the guys, it was holding. Yeah, had they called one all game? No, but clearly the guy, you could see him, and he was like, well, what about the guy in front of him? The guy from the corner had the perfect view, and you see him reach out and grab. Now, I did see the thing where Bill Belichick, if the other team wore white, he made his defensive players wear white gloves. I was like, wow. Because he did have on black gloves, which showed it, but you can still see the shirt pull. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, they missed a holding earlier in the game on Schuster.
Yeah. And my deal is this, Drew. Really, you're going to come down to that one play.
Yeah.
Not the fact that the Chiefs scored on 6. If he had to kick that field goal, they would have scored on 6 of 8 possessions.
Yeah.
They went 4 for 4 the second half.
Yeah, they went up and down the field on him.
So I'm like, why are you can't, like Nick Sirianni said, you can't hold it to one deal. Come on, man. You had the lead, you were up 10, and let's face it, y'all had one drive the second half.
Mm-hmm.
They got held to what Drew was 11 points.
Yep.
Chiefs had what,
28?
11 points. They got to score what, 28 to 11 the second half, and you're blaming it on a call.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they give up 400 and 60 yards of offense.
Yeah, here it is. I've got it pulled up here. I did the thing. Here are the stats, Drew. Patrick Mahomes was 21 for 27 for 182, 3 TDs. Jalen Hurts was 27 of 38 for 304. Total yards for the Chiefs, 340. Eagles, 417. First downs, the Chiefs had 21 first downs. I'm like, how did they get that? Do you remember them getting that many first downs? You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
Drew?
in the second half they did.
I guess, but it just doesn't seem like they had that many. 25 first downs for the Eagles. And rushing yards, the Chiefs had 158. The Eagles had 115. Time of possession, 35 to 24.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs scored 31 points in 24 minutes.
38 points.
Well, that was remember, I'm talking about offensively.
Yeah.
That was the 7 points was the recovery. Then not to mention, that was a catch and a fumble.
Yeah.
The NFL is like, clearly he had possession. He turned and he got hit. How is that not a catch?
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. That was a turnover, and that should have been a touchdown the other way.
And so that's why I'm sitting there looking at it. It's like, you guys, fans, look, the whole game, would we have rather seen Jalen Hurts try to go the full distance? No question, Drew. But, I mean, seriously, guys, come on. Come on. And by the way, what a great party by our boy Gary Jones last night, too.
Yep, great party.
Great party by there. A lot of same old suspects, the usual suspects were there.
A lot of good food.
The food was fantastic. Of course, Dustin, a shout out to him and his crew. Man, it was good. Oh, my God. Man, too much food, really. Drew?
Yeah.
A lot of food. Good times, though. What is your take of the game? What did you get out of it?
It pretty much went kind of the way I thought it was going to go. I thought the Chiefs would be able to throw the ball around the field. I thought the Eagles would be able to run the ball. I thought it'd be high scoring.
Didn't you almost call the score? Well, didn't you say 34, 31? What did you say, 35, 32? What was it?
37-28.
Yeah, 37-28. Okay.
But, yeah, it was a good game. I can't say I'm sorry that the Eagles lost. So
Shocking.
All right. But I thought it was a good game. I thought it kept everybody involved. I thought the halftime show was great. So everything was good for me.
Yeah, I heard some people talk about how the halftime show sucked. I'm like,
what show are they watching?
People who do not like Rihanna.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People would probably rather see Chris Stapleton. Those people. Whatever. But by the way, hey, great call. Who ended up winning the overall thing last night?
Athena won the
$5 deal. Yeah.
Line change. What's up, boys?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, High Stick Harry? Was she close on the thing, or was anybody close, or did she just win outright?
Her and I tied, and she won the tiebreaker.
Oh, seriously? What did you miss?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look through it. I know that I missed the coin toss and the national anthem.
Well, I was right on the money with High Stick Harry on the national anthem. 2 minutes and 1 second. What kind of call is that?
Yeah, I got the coin toss and the anthem. I think those are some of the only bets we went different on in some of these.
Well, yeah, but Ben, you missed the prop bets at there. You
I missed the touchback.
Yeah.
Touchback.
Drew called that.
Yep, that was good. And we all saw the kickoff. It was slanted. That should have been returned. Everybody knows that was a bad kick, bad ball, just like I said.
Nobody wanted anything to do with that ball, bro. They didn't want anything to do with that. Ben, what do you think about all the Eagles fans crying and all the people? Everybody, it's only people crying are the people who bet on the game. If you bet on the Eagles or you're an Eagles fan, you're crying.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great season for them. I mean, they can only really go up from here. They got a few guys I think that might retire, but a lot of their guys, 2 first-round draft picks coming in. Pretty much everybody signed back. I think there's only a couple guys that aren't. But
no, they've got quite a few. You talking about Eagles? Yeah. They've got like 9. Oof. They got a bunch who aren't signed. They got a bunch.
Yeah,
they'll look different next year.
Miles Sanders isn't going to be. He's a free agent. He could get signed back. But yeah, Fletcher Cox, and then Lane Johnson might retire. There's a couple different
And
guys. So I don't know.
Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kelsey will play another year because I think he had too much fun this year. To be honest, like he started his own podcast. He started doing a couple different things. Him and his brother do it. I think that he might be back for one more just cause. But I think it would just be for his like retire, like to help out with retirement and stuff. Like like then he set himself up a little better.
Yeah, I think he's already set up, dude. I think he's
good. He's good to go. But
yeah, I think he's made quite a bit of money. I don't think that's an issue.
that's when you get your kids college paid for.
Yeah, I think he's completely fine on that. Now, hey, so what is your take overall on the game, Ben?
Take on the game?
Yep.
Grass was some of the worst I've ever seen. I know they paid both teams were slipping, so it's not like you can't really blame it on one or the other. But I know it took them 2 years, cost $800,000. I don't understand what was wrong with the grass that they had there. I think that played a big role in the game.
Well, they were slipping on the paint, though. I don't know if it was necessarily the field. It seemed like it was. I
think it was all just wet. I think that paint holds down the water a little bit more. Because they rolled it out every day. It's not like you're in the Arizona heat. It's going to dry it out, but I don't know what they did, but something was off, and it really did affect the game in a lot of ways. Like even that holding call at the end. I think if he would have had a better grip on the ground, he might not have put his hand on his hip over there. For that call with about 1:50 left or whatever. Some of these things could have really been changed, but I think the game was a success. I think it was one of the better ones that I've seen in recent years. Obviously, I think there's been some blowouts, there's been some bad ones, but this one, it lived up to all the hype that I had for it.
Well, can I say that you and Drew were wearing me out last night, going back and forth. Y'all were wearing me out, bro. God. By the way, everybody, this is now. Today's show will be the Unpopular Hour with High Stick Harry and HuskerDrewPicks.com because they were wearing me out last night with their little side bet picks.
Oh, man, we had a lot.
Oh, God, y'all were wearing me out. Wearing me out. I'm trying to – y'all said, leave me alone so I can watch the game. So, well, that
Drew had that missed field goal, too.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
What else did you get, Drew? You had like 7 or – what was it? What was it? Something.
I had
you had
defense. Anytime touchdown hit. I had obviously I think everybody had Kelsey in the over, and those is over. I had the over, and
you had Jalen Hurts.
Yards.
I thought that was 75.
His rushing yards were 51.
Yep, 51.
Oh yeah,
I hit that one too. I hit the Mahomes over. He did that in one run.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wait a minute, they had Mahomes in the rushing yards.
So he probably. I think he had like a 23-yard run there at the end. He was only projected 21 yards, and I nailed that because I figured he was gonna come out and run the ball. I figured they were literally gonna put it in shotgun, and he was just gonna sprint down the field for 7 yards, and then just be like, "Hey, look at my ankle, we're good."
Yeah,
That's what I really thought was gonna happen, and he hit that. I think in that fourth, 22 yards on that one run. So that did it alone.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot. And then I had Rihanna at halftime.
That's great. You nailed that one too. I missed mine.
I missed that too. I missed that one too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But and then I missed some of the Kelsey overs. I thought I knew he'd score, but I figured he was going to have 10 receptions, 100 yards, or something like that. But he didn't have the game that I was expecting. And then I had AJ Brown anytime touchdown, and I had Mahomes anytime touchdown.
I had Mahomes winning the MVP.
That's nice.
I had a successful 2-point conversion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had that too, Drew?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see what else. I had the largest lead of the game would be under 14. That was a winner.
Yep, I hit that one with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I missed on the Gatorade.
Yeah. What color was the Gatorade? Purple?
All I saw next to mine was a Big L. I couldn't tell.
It didn't look red and it didn't look yellow. It definitely maybe it was orange or green.
No, I did orange and that was a loss. And then
I think it may have been green or it may have been blue.
Loss.
I think it was just water.
No, it had a color to it. It had a color to it.
Yeah, it was a good game though, man. It was it just sucks. Now you got to wait 5 months till anything happens.
Yeah,
now we're smack dab in basketball season.
Yes, we are. We're right in the middle of it.
Talking about Aaron Rodgers going to a cave and different things.
Dude, you know what? The bottom line is clearly the Packers don't think Jordan Love is the guy. Don't y'all agree?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they ever. I don't.
Because it's
I mean,
like, dude, you want to go on a retreat? Okay, well, let me go ahead. Let me get you with somebody else, and let me get some first round picks for you, and let's move on.
Yep. Yeah, he said he's going to go sit in a cave for 4 days.
And then he'll be closer to a decision. What the hell does that mean?
I think it's so I know like there's a big deal about like the dead cap money. If they trade him after June, they save like $20 million. So I don't think this trade's going to happen for a while, even if it does. I'm not saying it will.
they'd wait. They'd wait.
So
Definitely.
yeah, they're going to wait. Unlike the Derek Carr thing, he's like, give me my money. I ain't signing anything. He's like $40 million.
I don't blame
like,
Derek. Like, look,
Yeah,
y'all not gonna trade me. No, yeah, I'm blocking everything. I'm not gonna prove anything. Just let me go. Let me go
and
to
it's
another
by
team.
Wednesday. Wednesday, he would have to like sign this piece of paper, and he's like, "Nah,
I'm not
screw
doing
you
it.
guys. I ain't
Would you
doing
guys?
that."
Would y'all do it? Either one of y'all?
$40 million? No. Nope.
I don't know.
Not
I
after
might
that.
take
Not
40
yeah. I mean, not after.
minutes.
I'm taking that $40 million every day, and like
No,
not after how they
but
treat
he's
him.
gonna make more than that. And the difference
Oh.
is that whatever team he goes to, they don't have to give them any. You give up a bunch of picks instead of a compensatory. So that's a
think
huge difference. That's a
You think
huge
he'll make
difference.
more than 40?
Oh yeah, that's the starting price. I mean,
Right.
think about it. Where's his options? Carolina, they're going to pay him that.
I just
Probably.
felt they treated him bad, so I don't think that's why he's not going to sign.
No, they
at
pay
all.
him that. Carolina would pay him. The Jets would pay him. Atlanta for sure would pay him.
40's a lot though for a guy that like.
No, that's 40. What is the starting? What is the bottom line, Drew? 45.
Well,
I think.
yeah, I mean,
I
but
think
Dak's making
45.
45.
Yeah. So yeah, Ben. He's getting over 40 million. That's guaranteed. That's.
Yeah, he could double down because they'll have to pay him if he doesn't waive the no trade clause. Like they'll have to pay him.
Right. They're not going to pay him.
So somebody else will have to pay that 40 if he doesn't sign the paper.
Well, because he just said if he's not going to be traded, they have two options. They can sign him, re-sign him, and then he can stay there,
He don't want him to stay there. He's out.
or they can let him go for nothing and get a compensatory pick. Those are their two options.
Oof. That is stressful.
And by the way, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Where's my thing at? Which team had the most red zone TD passes this year? The Bengals, the Eagles, the Chiefs, or the Cowboys?
Red zone touchdown
TDs,
pass.
yes. Remember, the Cowboys were number one in
Cowboys.
efficiency. Yep, you have Cowboys. Ben?
I'm probably going to go Chiefs here.
Chiefs. They had 42. The next closest teams had 26.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Wow.
That just goes to show you what we saw on those two red zone plays. I mean, I thought Dan Orlovsky this morning broke it down perfectly because he was like the plays right before that. The Chiefs came back and ran the same play on third down they ran on second down.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same play. Just I'm like, whoa, they just switched sides, but they ran the exact same plays. Like, okay, that's what you guys gonna do. Okay, we're gonna come back same formation and do this. I said, wow.
Say it again.
I said they came back and said, okay, if this is what you guys are going to do in this formation, we're going to do the exact same formation again, except we're going to add this to it.
Yep.
Yeah, just a little wrinkle.
Yep.
Just something just a little bit different. You change up a route or just a block, like even like a pull a guard a different way, like different things. It makes all of the difference.
Yep.
And that Andy Reid's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
Sounded like he's not leaving either, so it sounds like he's coming
well,
back.
Eric Bieniemy, didn't he say he was going to Houston or the Commanders, Drew? Which one was it? The Commanders?
Bieniemy?
Yeah, when he went to the Commanders?
I think so. I think that's right.
I mean, and let's see, their current OC Shane is it Steichen or Steichen? I'm not sure how to say it, but I know
he's going to be the head coach.
He's in line to be the Colts.
Yeah, he's the head coach of the Colts. We're talking
And
about
then
the offensive coordinator. We're talking about offensive coordinator of the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the OC for the Eagles. He's going to be going to Colts,
right?
And then
Bieniemy.
The DC is he's in an interview right now, I believe, with the Cardinals.
Well, I can say
this: he's sitting in their office the day after the Super Bowl getting an interview. That's pretty crazy to me.
Well, you're already right there. You're already there. You might as well interview with them while you're there since you're sitting.
Oh, yes. That's good. I didn't really think about it being in Arizona. Yeah, that
You're
does
sitting
make
right there. You
sense.
might as well make sense.
Yep,
But
and that trade for Kadarius Toney, man, that from the Giants for the Eagles. I'm not for the Eagles, for the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
There,
What was that?
he had a huge play. He had a couple of huge plays. Had a huge return.
What was that?
That
Fifth
return
round
in the
pick.
fourth quarter.
They gave up a 5th round pick for him. So
Yep,
that was
the Giants couldn't figure out how to use him, and then he goes into the Super Bowl and has one of the better games. It's crazy.
Hey, now speaking on a more serious note, I don't know if you saw this, Drew. Speaking of basketball, did you see where New Mexico State canceled the rest of their games?
I saw that.
Now, remember in the beginning of the year, you and I talked about that shooting where one of the players, remember, he got shot, went into the hospital or whatever, let him go. He ended up walking away from the team. Somebody died from that shooting, and he still has not been criminally charged, by the way. So
he got let off on self-defense on that one.
Yeah, so that, and then you turn around and now what they did, hazing one of their players, and this has been going on since the summer. How do you strip him naked, slap him on the ass, and play with his private parts, his scrotum and stuff? What do you? What?
That's a little off.
What do you?
A little different.
Why would you want to be playing with some other man's ass? First of all,
I have no idea.
I mean, if you're gay, I understand that,
and that's fine. Yeah.
But you're basketball players. Why are you?
Man,
let me spank you on the eye. In my whole life, I've never said, "Hey, let me take your clothes off, dude, and spank your ass." That has never even entered my mind. That doesn't even come into my
What you got to do to be a
stratosphere.
part of this team? Team, that is what we do.
Now, have I been slapped on the ass by my teammates, and have I slapped teammates on the ass?
Yes,
with their clothes on. State.
New Mexico or New Mexico
State. So
Okay.
3 of the players have been charged with false imprisonment, harassment, and criminal sexual assault or contact.
See, I mean, I don't know how everything goes. In hockey, we started showering together when we were 12. I've never heard of anything like that.
No. And back then, I don't know if they do it now, Drew, but back then they had the showers. The showers were in one round circle thing, and they each had shower heads coming, so you were right there. But I haven't went, dude, let me slap you on the butt. I mean, that's just.
Oh yeah, no. There was no separators. It was just 4 shower heads in a big square room. That was it. And we never did anything like that.
But my deal is that how the coaches still have a job? They're on paid leave. You should be fired.
Yeah, surely they'll get let go.
I mean, Drew,
they have to get fired with the with them canceling the whole season, right?
Well, they're investigating all what happened, but apparently this has been going on since the summer. So there's no way they did not know.
Mm-hmm.
But you got this going on, players playing with each other's butts. Then you spanking each other in the butt. Then you got the coach over here, your players shooting somebody else after whatever. I mean, that's a runaway freight train.
Yeah, big miss on a judge of character there, I'd say.
Huge. And by the way, did y'all see that thing where Deion Sanders broke down what he's looking for in quarterbacks and offensive linemen and defensive linemen? Did either one of y'all see that?
No, I've not.
He's like, well, we look for character because of quarterbacks, you have to have a 3.5 or better because you have to be smart to figure things out. As linemen, you have to have a 3.3 or better for linemen. He goes, now, on the defensive side, and by the way, the quarterbacks have to come from homes with a dad and mom.
Yep.
The linemen have to have a dad and mom.
I heard this part. He wants the guys on the D line. He wants them all. Single
moms, family homes. Hey, you're trying to get mom a house. You're trying to get mom out the hood. He goes, that's what I want. Yeah, he goes, that's what I want. Like Drew and I said,
man.
Yeah, but Drew and I talked about that before. Only Deion can say the things that Deion says. And
I was
talking to this guy the other day. He goes, well, why is that? I go, because Deion has always been like that. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't come back and you start saying that, and that's not something you have always. That's not a part of who you are. This is just Deion. He's just straight up. He doesn't play around at all.
Deion's Deion. Yeah.
He is Deion. Thunder game tonight, Drew. You got the Pelicans coming to the Thunder. I can't even call it Thunderdome because you got to have more people there. And they're replaying, by the way, on the show. They're replaying Dallas Goedert's catch on the sideline. That was not a catch.
That wasn't a catch. Still ball hit the ground.
Yeah, I mean, no. The one where he had on the side of his helmet.
He fumbled. Yeah, he didn't have two hands on that before he got
that
out.
was crazy. But anyway,
If he had another yard, he probably would have made it, but he didn't have no space over there. Those white lines messed things up.
We had the Thunder tonight, -2. They are in 10th place right now, though, Drew.
Yeah, they're playing good, man.
They're
definitely outperforming what I thought they'd do.
No doubt. And then, of course, LeBron was seen at the game last night, and these people were talking about it. I'm like, okay, he has a Gulfstream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 45-minute flight, 50-minute tops from L.A. to Scottsdale.
Right.
So he got all of his treatment in for his foot or whatever. He flew in after treatment. He and his wife went to the game. They got back on the plane, probably went to a few parties, got back on the plane, came back. Does that bother you if he does not play tonight?
Yep. And they're saying he's not playing, right?
Yeah, I think they said he's not playing. Does that bother you?
Yeah, it bothered me when he didn't play the fourth quarter. I mean,
you're just not gonna let that go, are you?
It bothers me all the time. If they're not playing, that bothers me because I don't understand. I mean, like if he can't
party for your birthday and be dancing around if your foot's hurt.
That's my point. If you're hurt, you're hurt. Like you're hurt or are you injured?
It's his ankle.
That's what my coach always asks me. You hurt or are you injured? Because there's two differences.
It's his ankle.
Oh, yeah, but is he injured or hurt?
Well, how about Gary Payton Jr.? The Portland Trailblazers didn't really. He didn't pass his physical. Did you see that, Drew?
I didn't.
Gary Payton Jr.
I missed out on my NBA this morning.
Yeah, Gary Payton Jr. did not pass. Well, this was yesterday or the other day. He did not pass his physical. Portland Trailblazers were making him play while he was hurt and didn't really because what you just said. Are you hurt or are you injured?
Mm-hmm.
That's Mahomes, right?
No, this is Gary Payton Jr. Well, Mahomes was injured.
Same thing.
Mahomes was injured.
I don't care if it's a Super Bowl or if it's a Tuesday.
There's no way he wasn't. They didn't. If he's hurting like that, he just was walking out there with no pain. Come on, man. We know what that was. We know what that was. He had to do what he had to do, and we've all been there. So
I know that's why I think LeBron should do it every night if you want to play basketball.
No, LeBron is not doing that. That's why he played 20 years. He's not doing that.
Bugs me.
That just drives me. I just can't. I just can't with him. So. Anyway, let's take a break here. We're going to thank our sponsors at Collaborative Logic for keeping us up and doing everything that we should do to keep us going and running so we can be online or on air with you guys. Mark Long over at SRB and Engineering, Surveying, or Planning. By the way, Drew, he was hugged up by the food all night long, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, my God. I said, did you sample everything?
Legend.
I think he sampled everything on the table and on the bar area. Oh, man, Greg, that's my boy. That's my boy right there, though. Oak Grove Trucking and our guy, Jose Fierro, I think he's going to be all happy about the Chiefs. By the way, how about your boy, Sean Payton, not giving the Chiefs any love?
Yeah. He didn't want him to win. He didn't want a divisional foe to win.
He really,
he
was
not
very
upset with that.
Then, of course, Greg and Max Nafee with their support, like they always are. And last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. If you want to go in and pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com if you want to pre-qualify online, or you can go in and see.
Go down there and see the Horn Man.
Or Carson. Don't leave Carson out, Drew. So you leaving? Why are you leaving your cousin out all the time, man? Why you leaving?
I knew you'd give him. I knew you'd give him props.
Okay.
Pump his tires a little.
Oh, he always leaves him off. And then, of course, our guy Nathan Taylor. We'll be seeing him at YNB in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, here's our boy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks. We got his Husker Drew Picks. What were you yesterday, Drew?
I did pretty good yesterday. I think I went 3-0 in the Super Bowl, and I hit Wichita State yesterday afternoon. So it was a clean board sweep.
Sweet. You got the Lakers +1 tonight.
Yeah. Hey, they got to win one. Portland's tough matchup. Lakers always seem to play pretty well when they go up there, though. I honestly thought LeBron was going to play tonight, though, so I may be changing my mind on that. We'll go back and look at it.
Okay, and then the Nuggets and the Heat, you're taking the under 219.
Yeah, the Heat are going to have to slow that game down to stay in it. I don't think they want to run with Denver. and that line's low enough. It's got such a short number. That just tells me that the Heat's probably going to try to slow the ball down.
Now, are they in Miami?
It's in
Yeah,
Miami.
Miami, yeah. Oh, yeah, we haven't done our NBA thing yet. Spurs and the Cavs over 224.
Yeah, neither one of those teams play defense. Cavs should be able to score at will and look for the more playing the over for the how many points the Spurs are going to give up.
Yep, and then you got Texas Tech +4 in basketball tonight, Big 12 action.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay with this trend of home teams bucking the ranked teams off.
Isn't that crazy what's been going on?
Yeah, I mean the Big 12's just it's a mess right now. We'll see. We're going to see this last fight to the finish.
Then of course Baylor -6 got them in.
Yeah, I like Baylor tonight. Baylor's really starting to kind of flex their muscles a little bit and starting to play better. So I look for them to continue their winning ways.
And then last you have the Hawks.
West Virginia is a much better home team than they are a road team.
Yeah, they
too.
definitely are. The Hawks and the Hornets over 240.
Yeah, again, I'm playing the.
Oh, we already did that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. UNC -5.
The ability not to play defense on that.
Yeah, you got North Carolina and you go your boy Baycott.
Yeah, huge game tonight for the Tar Heels. If they can put two together, this is. This will be a quad one win for them tonight against a hot ranked Miami team coming in. Should be a good game. Both those.
Did you guys hear about all the stuff going on with UNC and their team?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Drew was all about it.
Yep. Dating different, same girl, whatever, 3 losses in a row. That was crazy. I saw a whole video on that. I was, very impressed that's what brought it to it seems.
Yeah.
How does that work exactly? How does that work exactly?
I don't know.
Well,
and then they won't sit next to each other in class, and then at least they're going to class. That's what I like to hear. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
But
well, hey, kudos to her playing them all four, playing them all like that. Kudos to her. You know what I'm saying?
She's on the other team.
Hey, she doing her thing. Hey,
man.
She's like, hey, y'all think y'all are players? Look at this.
Check this.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay, Drew. And then last you have a 4 leg. Yep, you have a 14 parlay. You have the Wild, the Kings, the Predators, and then you're doing the over 6.5 for the Red Wings and Canucks tonight.
Yeah, little puck magic tonight. See if I can come through again with a little hook.
Yep, that was a good hook. Yeah, I really like that.
Now, Ben, you did something else. What did you do? You did the same thing. Didn't you add something to it?
Yeah, I followed his, and then I did Predators puck line, and then I did Panthers Kings over 6.5. The Panthers either score 7 goals or they get 7 goals scored on them. So, I mean, if the Kings can put 1 in the net, I mean, we're in. And then Sabres Kings, I took the over 6.5. Tage Thompson out there, he's so good in Buffalo. He's going to be an amazing player for the next couple of years. Reminds me a lot of Mario Lemieux. But yeah, and the Kings, they tend to put the puck in the net, and they haven't had the best goaltending. They actually are like the only playoff team with, I believe they have a negative 19 goal differential, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but so it's going to be hard to win games when you can't, when you can't keep the puck out of the net.
Because tonight you have the Flames and the Senators going at it tonight.
Yep, Flames and Senators. Flames, this should be a good one for them. Easy, should be nice. Nothing's easy, but you know what I mean. Should be just a little bit of a different opponent than they've been facing lately. Senators are drowning. They're trying to tank a little. Nobody really tries to tank in the NHL, but you do scratch guys, and you see guys go out that are bigger names, and it kind of ends up looking like that way. But the guys on the ice, they want to win. They don't care.
Okay, Drew, but you took the Coyotes over the Predators over the Coyotes. Why'd you do that?
Well, the Predators, I just think, have the better roster. Obviously, Ben could attest to that. I think they have the better roster, better goalie too. I just kind of
and he's playing tonight. South in that, so I like that bet a lot.
Then you got
that's why I took him puck line, just the goalie.
Yep. Then you got the Panthers and the Wild. The Wild are at home tonight. I guess that's why you took those in your parlay.
Yep. Playing home the Wild. That'll be a good game though. That's one I kind of worry about.
So, yeah, the Wild play great at home, though. I mean, playing out there in Minnesota, the crowd knows the game. It's not like you're playing in Texas or whatever. Everybody knows what's going on. It's a really hard place to play, to be honest. But their goaltending's been so shaky lately, so I don't know. I just kind of went with this one.
Right. Then, of course, the Red Wings and the Canucks. they're playing in the Red Wings on the road tonight, huh?
Yep, Red Wings on the road. Vancouver, they're still like kind of almost allowed to like still make it in. They're almost counted out completely. But they had that change of coaching and they traded their captain and there's just a whole bunch going on there. But I really don't see them. I mean, they'd have to win probably like 15 in a row. So I don't like them winning this game at all.
Right. And then of course the Sabres and the Kings.
Yep, this is going to be the game that I'll be watching tonight.
Yep.
This one, that Panthers Wild will probably be on the second TV, but the Sabres Kings is going to be the one that I'll be watching. I think there's going to like lots of young talent on both these teams. The only thing is that the Kings, they got their captain Anze Kopitar. He won their cups back with them back in the it was like 2000 teens mid right in through there. They won 2 or 3 right there. So and they're not going to trade. They're not looking to trade anybody. So this one should be good though. I like it.
Yeah, then of course in NBA action. Well, actually, Drew, we'll talk about this a little bit. I was looking at the bubble. You go the last Oklahoma State is the last 4 buys. They
Yeah.
have Nevada, USC, Oklahoma State, and Boise State. But the last 4 in are New Mexico, North Carolina, Kentucky, and A&M. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Carolina's in right now, but that could all change tonight. The last 4 in, that means they'd be an 11 seed. The last 4 buys, I mean, that just tells me Oklahoma State that they aren't gonna be in the play-in game. I'm guessing that they're probably an 8 or a 9. I'm assuming. I'm not real sure, but I mean, they're moving their way up. Oklahoma State went a long way into making the tournament with that win Saturday night. So, I mean, as long as the wheels just don't fall off, they should be all right. And they got a big game tomorrow night. So,
Well, yeah, they do. And then on top of that, how do you think that? Do you think how big will their play in the Big 12 tournament matter?
I think it'll matter. It depends on kind of what they do down the stretch here. I mean, if they can split these games out, I mean, they should. I think they may have to win one just to solidify it, but you don't want to go in there and lay an egg to Texas Tech or West Virginia if you end up drawing one of those teams.
Yeah, because I was sitting there looking at it, what they can do. Because here's the schedule coming up for Big 12 basketball. Where's my schedule at? Because I was sitting there looking, I was like, hey, man, the Big 12 is there, but the OSU, they have like tonight is Texas, number 6 Texas at Tech, and then you said you've already talked about West Virginia and Baylor.
Yep.
What do you think of Texas and Texas Tech?
Yeah,
Texas on the road.
I took Texas Tech in that game plus the 4. So I like Texas Tech's chances at home, and for whatever reason, they always give Texas fits in Lubbock. So we'll see what happens again tonight. Texas, I think, probably has the better team, but you just never know when you get out there in the desert. It seems to affect the Longhorns a little different.
Yeah, and then of course tomorrow, KU in Stilly.
Yeah,
and then you got Kansas State at OU.
Yep, 2 big games.
Yeah,
I mean, OU's done. They're staring down the NIT possibly if they have a winning record at the end of the year.
Yeah, because I was looking at that. I pulled up the Big 12 standings. OU is 2-10. They're 12-13 right now.
Yep. KU's ranked 5th in the country now, coming into Stillwater.
Yep. 8-4 overall. 8-4 in the conference and 20-5 overall. And then OSU, of course, is 7-5 and 16-9. So 17-9 would be a nice. I mean, because they beat Iowa State, they beat Kansas State.
Mm-hmm.
Beat TCU.
Yeah, I mean, I think 17-9 that gets them in. If they finish in that top, 6, 7 of the Big 12, they should be fine.
Right. Well, it just bothers me because I'm just like, this guy. I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, how are they not in? I mean, you're putting in the blue bloods. North Carolina and Kentucky are the last 4 in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really? And last 4
and Kentucky really.
Dude, they're
just
struggling.
On.
They are struggling bad.
I mean, Kentucky's got some bad losses.
Yeah, I mean, they really do.
Carolina's losses are bad, but I mean, if you really look at it, they got beat by Alabama, who's the number 1 team in the country, and in quadruple overtime. They got beat by Indiana, who's ranked in the top 10. And then they got beat by Iowa State, who's ranked in the top 15. The on the road at Virginia Tech, that's a tough place to play. But the 2 losses to Pitt is what's hurting North Carolina.
Yeah, well, they just got to step up and play. But you know what? When your leader calls everybody out and goes, "Hey, you need to step up and start playing,"
and they've got 4 games left to kind of prove themselves and that they belong. They got Miami coming up tonight, and then NC State, and they got Virginia on the weekend, and then Duke to finish off the season. So I mean, you need to win your home games. If they go 4-2 in that stretch, they'll be fine. They'll finish out with 20 wins and be 29, 20-10 going into the tournament.
Right. Now, Ben and I were talking about hockey last night, Drew. We were talking about women's hockey. And
why?
Did he really go there, Ben? Did he really? Wow. Well, because it was one of the women's hockey was on the top plays night before last. That's why.
Right.
You don't really care.
Yeah. There's a league in Sweden, Swedish women's league that's about to start out hitting for the women, which that'll be crazy. And if you watch USA Canada games, I mean, I know we just made the joke. The women's, I get it, but like I'm saying, if you watch USA Canada women's play, it is more intense than some of the Stanley Cup games. These girls get after it. They fight. They hit. They do. They get really chippy, and all these girls hate each other. So it is that there is some great plays. They always involve a couple of the girls with the NHL skills competition and stuff. Like they let some of the Team USA, Team Canada girls come out there, and they're actually faster than a lot of the guys that are actually doing it. The shots obviously aren't the same, but different things. But yeah, no, we were chatting about it a little bit last night.
We were chatting about several things last night between cocktails. And just thank you, Ben, for not exposing me to another shot of whiskey last night. I appreciate
Not doing it. Not doing it.
I appreciate it. And that reminds me, so I get pulled over last night, Drew.
You did?
Ben. The guy told me he pulled me over because my little tail light thing was out.
Told you.
And well, I had fixed that, Ben. I fixed it. And then he goes, so it was the other one on the other side. So he looked at me and he goes, and I'm pulling you over because you're on your phone. I said, excuse me? He goes, you're not allowed to be on the phone. I said, you mean I'm not allowed to text or I'm not allowed to talk on my phone? He goes, you're not allowed to talk on your cell phone. I go, really? You're pulling me over because I'm talking on my cell phone.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And then he goes, can I search your car? No, you can't search my car. You pull me over for being on the phone and you think I'm going to let you search my car? I mean, are you kidding me?
What did he say to that?
And he goes, well, I'm going to go back and check your stuff. I go, dude, go check whatever the hell you want. I said, I'm a mile and a half from my house. I mean, whatever, man. And he came back and he came back after a few. He goes, well, you don't have any warrants or anything. Really? I don't have any warrants. What a shock. Can't believe it. He goes, you need to get your light fixed. I'll get right on that, officer. I mean, really? Did y'all know you can't be on your cell phone and talking and driving?
I didn't know you couldn't talk.
Because that's what the hand frees for, but I knew you couldn't text, obviously.
Well, texting, I was talking on the phone, clearly. Because I saw him, and I had my hand up. I was talking on the phone with my hand up by the phone. You can tell I'm talking. You can tell I was talking on the phone. Well, I'm pulling you over because you were talking on the phone and your tail light's out. Really? Okay.
That's strange.
And the first words out of his mouth were, can I search your car? I want to say, MF, no, you can't search. But I said, no, sir, you can't search my car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I go, why would you want to search my car? Well, I just want to see what you got in. I go, well, I don't smoke weed. Because if I did, I'd have my card. So I don't smoke weed.
And you'd smell it.
I said, plus I know I'm black. And he just kind of looked at me. He goes, well, I'm going to go check it. Go check out whatever you want, man. I mean, DWB sometime, and then they always get mad when they realize they stopped me. When they stopped, it was a bad stop. You know what I mean? They get pissed off. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have pulled me over in the first place.
Yeah, if you're mad, don't pull me over.
Don't pull me over because you're mad. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sure there are a lot of drunk people coming from Super Bowl parties, but I am not one of them.
Spend your time on them.
Yeah, I'm like, it pissed me off. So I'm sorry, I'm off my rant now. But it just makes me mad, man. You know, it makes me mad. Why are you pulling me over? I mean, for being on the phone. Let me see. Now, I've been pulled over now driving while black. I've been pulled over for driving 26 into 25. I got pulled over for reckless driving because I was driving 40 in a 45. I got pulled over in 5 o'clock traffic for driving too close to the car in front of me in traffic in the passing lane. Yeah. Then I got a gun pulled on me for that one. Yeah.
Sounds like you need to stop driving.
So what?
Yeah.
You just might need a chauffeur, man.
Hey, I might need something, man. I'm just like, what's the deal, bro? Come on. But can you believe that you want to search my car? Did they ever ask you to, if one of you guys, can they search y'all's car?
Not normally.
I've never been asked that one time in my life.
That's the first time I've ever been asked that.
Yeah, I can't recall any time that anyone's ever just asked to search it for no reason.
Well, no, I was on the phone, Drew.
Right.
Driving. At what time did I leave your house last? Or leave Gary? What time we leave last night? 10:15.
Right. 11.
Was it that late?
Yeah, the game didn't get over till 10.
Hell of a party too. That was
A great party, Andrew. And I was
great
only,
setup.
and I wasn't even driving 60. It's 60 miles an hour on Broadway Extension. I wasn't even driving 60.
Is that where you were? Broadway
Yeah,
Extension?
right there's Broadway Extension and 36th.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Huh.
dude, I'm looking at the guy like, I said, can I get out of my car and see what the hell I said, I just replaced the light. What light are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Because when remember Ben a month ago?
Yep.
I just replaced it. I'm like, I just did that. What are you talking about? I said, I want to see what. Like he looked at me like, I don't. I said, no, I don't believe you. Let me go look. I don't believe you.
It's like I'm about to go look at it myself.
He goes, you can get back in the car now. I just looked at him like, man,
Oh, that's
please.
Yeah, I
I,
don't like
want to say, please do something stupid so I can sue the fuck out of Oklahoma City Police.
yeah, exactly.
Please do something stupid because that just wears me out. Hey, there's plenty of people shooting people and raping women and beating up their wives and girlfriends.
Yep.
Why don't you go do some real work, man?
Go do your job.
Oh, sorry guys. I got off on my DWB rant. I'm sorry. I'm just it just really wears me out. But anyway, Thunder game tonight, Drew. Who'd you take? You didn't take Thunder, did you?
I did. I stayed away from that game tonight.
You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do
really have a good feel for it. I'd probably lean towards the Thunder. They've been playing pretty well at home, so if I was to have to take a side, that'd probably be the side I'd take.
Yeah, and by the way, I pulled up their stats, Drew, and they're doing pretty good. They're ranked third in the NBA in scoring now. Did you know that?
Wow.
At 117 a game. Ranked 21st in giving up 115. We definitely need to improve on that. Field goal percentage, we're 20th. 3-point percentage, we're 13th, but we're 22nd. We're giving up 35%. We need to guard the perimeter more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But points in the paint.
It's not very long.
Yep.
On defense.
Yep. And then points in the paint, we're 4th, and we're 30th as far as giving it up. 30th. We got to do better than that. You would think we'd be better than that, but we have no inside presence like you and I talked about. Even though you don't like Sarek, you don't think he's going to help us, do you?
He might. He can't be worse than Muscala.
That's the truth.
Go ahead, Ben. Jump on this bandwagon with it. Go ahead,
that's
man.
the truth.
Go jump on this bandwagon, man.
I was waiting for him to keep going. I was like, oh.
Does he
that's the way I'm looking at it. It's an upgrade.
Yeah, my deal with Muscala is when he's shooting the threes, I love him. Other than that, he can't box out on the rebounds. He can't rebound. Other than that, no. But just as far as straight up shooting, I like him for that one and only. But Jay Will has been doing great at that. So
and we need shooters. Can't never have enough of them.
By the way, the minutes manager did some good things, but I think he's been listening to us, Drew and Ben, because they're changing up some stuff now a little bit. Because the other night Portland went to make a run, he put SJ in the game at 9 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. You didn't do it 2 minutes?
And I was like, wait a minute, it's 9 minutes ago. What are you doing? They're making a run.
Listening.
They're making a run, and you're actually going to stop it? Wow, shocking. Hey, you might be learning something.
Yeah, and honestly, really great season for the Thunder so far. Just one game under 500 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, well,
I didn't see that.
Drew and I are they're already about it what we said, 33.
Yeah.
They're almost there already.
You guys are going to crush. Yeah,
but I think, my thing is I picked 40 wins would be if they played the absolute best. And Drew told me I lost my damn mind when I said that, along with everybody else at Cutting Up Barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you had your. Is that when you had your Allen Iverson jersey on?
It was. Good jersey.
That is a sweet jersey, though. That is a sweet jersey. It needs to hurry up and warm up so you can come through. Ben thinks he wants to come in and get a haircut, Drew.
He might
Yep.
need to get there, get a little high top fade.
That's what I want.
That's exactly what he wants. And Kylie would kill him, man. Come on now. By the way, how was she last night when you went and picked her up?
She was awesome. She had a great time. From what it looked like, she had a great time. She was pretty much sleeping in the car on the way home. So it was nice, ride. But yeah, no, everything was good. She went over to a party that she's been going to for a few years, and then we had a family birthday party too. So she went and knocked out all the family stuff for me, so I could hang out with you guys, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, that was nice for her. That's what good wives do.
I stopped by, I said hi, dropped her off, and then I picked her up. And they said, "You showed face, you're good." I was like, "Oh man,
hey, Drew,
thank you so much."
What time did the girls leave last night?
They left at the end of the third quarter.
Oh, did they? Because I just looked up, and I'm used to Faith beat. She was beating on me. Thank you for stopping her from hitting me with the pool stick.
Yeah.
She's looking at me, and I'm like, hey, get that look out your eye.
Yeah, she's like, Uncle Matty, I'm about to
beat you.
Like, why?
I do irritate her, though, so she did have a point there. Dude, how about
with all my nieces and nephews? They just beat up on me for hours.
Hey, Drew, how about Maya buying up all the damn candy? I'm like, girl, why you buy up all the almonds?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
There's none when I got there.
Yeah, no, the candy was gone quick.
Because she gives them out to the airline.
Is that what she does? Well,
That's funny.
Yeah, they're getting ready to fly and getting ready to go on another trip pretty soon, so that's probably why that. But all right, guys, anything else y'all want to talk about? Something else about the Super Bowl? About how those Chiefs choked? Oh, by the way, Drew.
Just going to try to regroup, dive into basketball here, and get ready for the stretch run. So football's over.
Yep.
It was
early odds on next year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
Chiefs plus 600, Bengals plus 850, Eagles plus 900, Niners plus 900.
The Cowboys were what, plus 1,000 and number 6?
Yeah, I think they're the one that I saw was 1050, I believe.
Yeah, they're gonna need to add a couple players for me.
They're 14-1. Bills are plus 900. Ravens are 18-1, which I don't like that bet at all.
Ooh. 18?
Yep. Pretty much, yeah, 18-1. So I mean, it pretty much drops off. The league knows there's 5 teams really.
Dude, it's gonna be so hard to get out of the AFC next year. God,
yep,
dang,
and the
man.
NFC is very, very light.
That's why I say that if anything, Derek Carr needs to go to the NFC. It's gonna be much easier for him to get through. How about Derek Carr to the he doesn't run, so I say, how about Derek Carr to the 49ers, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, he from California, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, does he go there though?
Probably a good fit. I mean, I think it'd be a good fit for him.
I think all those weapons, you can't go wrong. I feel like he's a great guy.
He's not going to be asked to carry the team.
Nope. And I mean, hand the ball off to McCaffrey and then toss it over to Debo. Call it good. Get Kittle down the middle for a nice little 20-yarder. Call it good.
Speaking of tight ends, they just did this career comparison between Gronk and Kelsey. Gronk 11 seasons, Kelsey 10. Okay. Receptions, Gronk has 719, Kelsey 947.
Whoa.
Receiving yards, Gronk 10,675, Kelsey 11,800. Receiving touchdowns, Gronk 107. That's a lot. I don't think he's gonna catch that in a year. Do you?
No.
And Kelsey has 85.
And I know in the playoffs, Kelsey and Mahomes are second all time.
Yeah, but they have 13
behind Brady.
No,
behind Brady. Yeah, behind Brady and Gronk, and then third all time is Montana and Rice, I believe.
Yeah, they're one behind them. I think they're at 12.
They're one behind. That's easy.
But yeah, Gronk 107 touchdowns in 11 years. That's a lot. That's a lot of touchdowns.
A lot of touchdowns.
And
he was
they both had 4 All-Pros, and Gronk has 4 Super Bowls, and Kelsey has 2. So, I mean, is it the quarterbacks or is it the systems? What do y'all think?
I think it's his minds.
I don't know. I mean, with Gronk,
I think it was that the system that they're in. He's kind of a security blanket, for Brady. So
I think between Belichick and Reed, they both know how to use that tight end. They know how to. It's an extra piece. Everyone used to use it as just blocking. They learned how to do it before everybody else did.
Yep.
And I think I think they just kind of got it down. And I think those two guys are both monsters too. It's not like those guys aren't athletes.
Agreed.
And they both block, and they both I don't know. They're both complete players. I mean, easily first ballot Hall of Famers, but. I mean, those guys. I think just with the the leadership behind them.
Yeah, well, I can say this.
Showing how to.
Yeah,
how to do it.
the people they put in the Hall of Fame, Drew, and we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. I agree with Deion Sanders. Y'all are just filling a quota, because some of these guys you put in the Hall of Fame, I'm like, I like Ron D. Barber, but I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
right.
Yeah, I don't think Rondale Barber's a.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
That's just my.
I mean,
he's a great player. Was a great player. Like nothing against him.
I mean, older when you're a senior, maybe put you in, but right now, when I think of him, I don't instantly think Ron D. Barber Hall of Fame. And I think what did Deion say? Some of these guys were putting in. Me and Joe Green and them were going to tell him, hey, boy, you need to go over there and turn them lights out, man.
Yeah.
Correct. Some of those guys don't belong there. But all right, guys, hey, I'll holler at you guys manana.
All right, Bubba.
All right, Drew. I'll let you later.
Man. HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
Yeah, go check out our boy at Husker Drew. He's been on fire. Then, of course, my guy, High Stick Harry.
You boys have a good one. Cheers. Had a good time yesterday.
Yeah, I did too. That's a guy, Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry himself. So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day out of there. Today, having a fantastic day. I can't talk. I may or may not be still a little bit hungover from last night. Maybe a little bit. Great time at our boy Gary Jones's house. Great food by Dustin. It was great. It was fantastic.